Let's go. Let's go. I'd like to thank everybody for joining me tonight. Apologize for the lateness. I know I had scheduled for 7 o'clock. It's 7:33 right now. I had to do some things with my son. Got him situated, got him straightened out. You know, life be life. And in this thing that we do in this business, I mean, we have to squeeze it all in. And again, I apologize for being a little late, but still, I'm going to share the information just the same. Thursday, this is 105. This is Real Bread Life. I am Jay Rome, Real Bread League, Real Bread Life, Real Bread Logistics, all RBL, everywhere, on everything. So with that being said, let's get into it. This is Thursday Night Live. If you don't know, now you do. Every week, I'm going to make sure I'm here, whether it's a little early, a little late, but I'm going to be here. I'm going to get it done. Moving forward, we'll be doing it live a couple of times a week, and we'll make sure that we stick to the format. What I wanted to do today is kind of like a little bit of a rewind. Some of the things that you may have heard before, if you've been following us for a while, if you're a part of the community already, but just bear with us because I want to share these things for those new to the community. Specifically Armando and Eduardo. Thank you so much for reaching out. And I look forward to working with both of you in the future, in the coming weeks, months, and into your journey all the way through this thing that we call the Real Bread Life. So with that being said, in the caption, in the notification on YouTube and in other platforms, what I put down was, what would I do to start a bread route in 2026, and 5 things that you might want to look into, or a couple of things that would help you as you're starting out on the journey, right? So one of the first things would be to have a clear understanding. And with that being said, I would say do the research. And this goes for if you're delivering chips, or you want to deliver chips, you want to deliver cookies, snacks, or bread. Specifically, we're talking about bread because that's our main focus here today. So you want to start with research. When I say research, I would say get as much information about the product you want to deliver. If you're interested in a bread route and you have a specific company that you're interested in, do the research on that company. But I would tell you not to exclude all other companies. If you're looking at a Pepperidge Farm route, get the info on Flowers, get the info on Beanbo bread routes, and Schmidt as well. A lot of times people like to leave the Schmidt company out, but they are a reputable company as well in our area where we are here, up here in the Northeast. So what I would say is do your research on all of the majors. And I'm saying it as far as where I'm located and where I'm situated in the Northeast. You got Pepperidge Farm, Beanbo, Flowers, and let's just say Schmidt, right? And again, don't leave out Martin's, which is the potato bread company. Very strong, very healthy following as well. So what I would say is do your research and get as much information about the companies as possible. When I say do the research and get the information, find out about their partnerships and how they partner and what is the requirements to partner with those companies. And when I say partner, I look at it like it's a partnership, because if you're buying a route, you're going to have to be supported by one of those companies. So it is a partnership. It is a marriage. You're going to be working with them, and it's a mutual respect and understanding that needs to be had. So do your research. Be familiar with who you're looking to invest with, because it is an investment. At the end of the day, you're putting your money up to buy a business. You're investing in yourself and that company, whether you want to believe it, like it, or don't want to hear it. That's what it is. So do your research with that company that you're interested in partnering with. And the reason I say look into all of them is because even if your friend told you, or someone you're associated with, or you see the Martin's guy, or you see the Pepperidge guy all the time, and you think you want a Pepperidge route, you want to know how the competition operates. Because if you're looking at them like they're going to be the competition, they just might end up being the primary. So that's why you want to do your research, because depending on where you're located and where you're situated is going to determine if the route is right for you. Once you do that research and you have a better understanding of what the company is, how they operate, what the down payments consist of, what the notes, how long the note is, whether it's 7 or 10 years, you want to get that type of information, and that'll all come in when you start to get familiar with the different companies. So when you get the information about the companies, you want to find out, what is the down payment? How much of the down payment uh versus what they finance? You know what I mean? There's a lot of different pieces. So get familiar with the company. All right. Once you get familiar with the company, you want to figure out, in that area, that territory that you're looking, what is historically been the sales with the company. You know, has that route that you're looking to buy been struggling? And why is it struggling? Is it the person running it, or is it just a weak area? Or is it so saturated with all of the bread that it's always had that steady number that it's always done? So you want to have that information. And again, once you get the information and the history on the route, you bring that to us and we can help you out with that. And I always like to give this information out in this way. If it's Pepperidge, we have a Pepperidge guy. If it's Beanbo, we have a Beanbo guy. If it's Flowers, we have many guys that work for Flowers previously and currently, so we could give you that information. And the same goes for the Pepperidge and the Beanbo. It's current and former, and there's still association with those companies, so we could help you out. I want to just make sure that people understand it's a large network of people that do what we do or what you're trying to do, so you won't be left out in the cold and be alone. Okay. I wanted to make sure that I got that part out about finding out the history, or I'm sorry, doing your research with the company. Okay. And then once you do your research and you check out the territory that you're in, now you start asking those questions. Now you get familiar with the people in the area that you're in. If you're in the stores and you see the people delivering bread, ask some questions. Get to know them a little bit better. And if they don't want to share the information, join the community. Whether it's ours, Real Bread Life, or any of the other bread companies, they have communities out there. But if you join ours, we'll be very supportive. And throughout this live, before I get off, I'm going to put the information up so you can get in contact with us. You could reach out, and we'll definitely be able to support you in any ways that are possible that we can, to help you along with your bread journey, right? So do your research, get familiar. Once you get familiar and you do your research, the biggest thing I would say is know what you want to spend. And because I'm going to just say, for instance, someone would say, all right, well, this route is for sale, and I'm going to use a simple number, $100,000. And you only have to put down $6,000. That sounds good. And you might say, all right, I could get 6,000, or I have 7,000. You're going to need 12 to 15, maybe even 20. And the reason I say that is because you want to go into this thing with a cushion. You don't want to go into it just bare bones and spend everything you had and don't have a cushion. The reason you want to have some cushion and some type of a safety net is because that thing of being prepared for something or anything that can happen, something and anything is going to happen, whether it's with you, whether it's with the truck, whether it's with a family member or something in life. As I said before, when I just got on, life starts lifing and we have to make adjustments. You have to have that safety net in case you have to pay someone to run the route. If you can't run it and the company has to find someone to run it for you, you have to be able to cover that. Truck expenses are very, very, very common in this business. Transmissions, motor mounts, axles, tires, wheel hubs, the gates or the back door on the truck, the cables break, the hinges break, the rollers break. Uh, there's so many things. The ramps break from wear and tear and being on the road every day for hundreds of miles a week. It is a grueling amount of wear and tear on the truck and on your own body, your physical and your mental. That's the other thing I was going to get into as I'm saying this. You have to mentally be prepared for what is going to happen. This is not something where you could say, I think so, maybe, kind of, I guess so, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You're either all in or don't do it at all. Because once you sign on the dotted line, the route is yours. You're committed. It's the same process and the same level of commitment as buying a house, buying a big car, and you're married to it. It's yours. So I would like everyone to understand, if you're going into it, go into it with the mentality that you know what comes with it. So I'm sorry. I have to apologize. I'm working on looking at the chat as well, and just wanted to say thank you for the people in the chat. And Jace, what's going on, man? Good to see you, good brother. CEO Grow. We got Alex. Got yes. I can't even. That's a long one. Nice one. I see you, my brother. But anyway, so all these things that can happen will happen. So I just wanted to be clear on that information. The other part that I wanted to speak about a little bit was when I talk about the being married to the route, and what I'm getting, a lot of the inquiries I'm getting lately are for investment, right? Guys, that people that want to invest, which is great. I love that people want to invest and they're looking at it as a stream of income, which it is, and it very well can be. The main thing I need everyone that is thinking about investing in a bread route and not running it themselves is you have to know how to do it yourself first. Having someone work it for you is great. It's fine. But you have to understand all of the details, the inner workings, and the troubleshooting and problem solving that goes into it yourself before you can have someone work it. And I know there's a lot of people that say, well, I know someone has been delivering bread for 15 to 20 years, and they said they could do it for me, or 10 years, whatever the case is. Whether they've been a route jumper, route reliever, they used to work for a company and now they said they could run it for you. All of that is fine. But none of that is good if you don't understand it yourself. No one's going to watch your money like you. No one's going to care about your business like you. We can trust people. We could put a lot of faith in people, but no one cares more about your money, your business, and your well-being than you. So you have to understand what it is that needs to be done on the route in the business before you hand the keys over to someone else and entrust them with your livelihood. I can't stress that enough, because it's at the end of the day, whoever's working for you is working for you in your truck, on your route, in your stores, in your territory that you're ultimately responsible for. See, the person working for you is just working for you. If the ish hits the fan, you're the one that is going to be responsible. There is a level of responsibility that happens where if you're not fulfilling all of the duties and the contract and the obligations to the store, you can get a breach letter. A certain number of breach letters in a certain period will require you to relinquish the route, and the company will be repossessing the route. That's the part that I get into with people once I see they're really committed to doing this business and they're looking to buy, I don't leave that part out. It's the same as um like when a vehicle or a house or a property is repossessed. But this is a little different because there are so many things that can happen that will allow this route to be repossessed. And it's not really that hard for them to do it. The contract language is written in their favor. I'm going to say it again. The contract language is written in their favor. And this is for the company that I'm most familiar with. The contract language is written in their favor. And over the last few years, they're still finding ways to rewrite it in their favor. And I'm not saying that in a bad way, and I'm not saying it to scare anyone. What I'm saying is this: if you don't do what the contract says, it's very easy for them to move you to the side and buy that route back from you. And they'll buy it back from you at the minimum number. That's how it works. And for those that's interested and those that are really looking to move forward in the business, I will explain that to you in a lot more detail. It's all in black and white on their website, on all company websites. But what happens is people look past a lot of the language in the contracts because they're just looking to make money. You have to know how to protect your money before you can make money. And these are the things that we do. These are the things we will go over. And these are the things we discuss behind the scenes. And I'm saying it now just so I could put it in people's ear. And I'm not saying it to scare anyone. I'm saying it to make you aware. Not saying it to scare you. I'm saying it to make you aware. I don't want anybody to lose. I want everyone to win. I have a winning mentality. I want people to win. I think if I support people to win, I win. And that's what this is. So with that being said, I'll give it a minute and answer any questions, and I'll put some people up. So life be real, bread life, and I like that. What's going on? Snyder Lane. CEOGRO. Let's go. You Alexis Pride. Man, do I tell you, I just need a little gospel. Yes. Thank you all. Appreciate you. Instagram, appreciate you. Thank you for checking in. I don't know what the Twitch looks like. I don't have it up on the screen. But if there's anybody in there, appreciate you as well. Thank you, everybody, for taking the time out. Again, today's live, along with not just being consistent, I wanted to give that so people can understand, what it is. And again, I don't want to scare anybody away. Just want to be for real and honest and upfront with the information. The one of the other things I wanted to say was, as we move through the first week of the month, moving into February, support Black History Month, and we had the sales slowed up a little bit, as we move into the rest of this week. And it should be the beginning of the month. And what I learned, and I realized this, and I wanted to give this information. First of the month is normally a bigger month because certain people get their checks, whether it's the elderly, the state checks and the SBTs and things like that. Those are staggered now. They're about five different days in the beginning of the month that the checks come out, whereas they all used to come out at once in the beginning of the month. Now they're staggered throughout the first week of the month. So that affects the sales for us in the stores. And I just wanted to give that information. If everyone didn't have it, now you do. And that's why it's the way it is. And we have the Super Bowl. And with me personally, they have me put up a few different displays because of the hot dogs and hamburgers that are allegedly, supposedly going to be selling because it's the Super Bowl weekend. Here's the thing as it pertains to the Super Bowl weekend. I'm in the Northeast. We're dealing with single digits some days. And although it's the Super Bowl weekend, it's still going to be cold. We're not tailgating. We're not having cookouts. We're not outside like that. And I get it. The companies are looking at these sales, but they're forgetting a lot of these numbers that are coming in, and what they're projecting to happen is in the West, in the South, in the Midwest, and even in the South right now, they're dealing with a little bit of ice and snow on the East Coast. So yeah, your Texas and your Arizonas and your Californias and all those things, you could sell rolls like that. Not the case over here. They have a push on these things, and it's cool, but that's not what it is. It's not what it is. I don't see those numbers going over like that. Yes, there's going to be some sales this weekend. I don't think it's going to be the numbers they're projecting. You know what does sell this weekend? Pizza dough. The Boboli. We sell a Boboli pizza bread flying off the shelves, which is an amazing thing. That's good. But we'll see how it goes. I mean, I'm optimistic. I mean, we'll see. Traditionally and typically this time of the year with the Super Bowl, I do not do crazy numbers for 16-pack rolls in my box stores. Walmart is normally decent for the 8-packs, but it's Walmart, and it's Walmart bread that sells every day, every weekend. It's a rare occasion that bread doesn't sell. So we'll see how it goes. So shout out to the two teams in the Super Bowl. We got the Patriots. We got the Seahawks. We'll see how it goes. I'm in the Northeast, and I know people would say, you got to root for them. I'm not really rooting for them. I don't. I'll tell you the truth. I really don't care who wins. And I mean, if I had to pick someone, I would say I like Njigba. I like the receiver. I can't even tell you who I like on either team like that. So it's whatever. But be safe, enjoy yourself, spend some time with your people, get out there, get home safe, and hopefully you enjoy it. So what's that? Hold on, I'm sorry. What's your thoughts on Snyder Lane? When you ask what's my thoughts on Snyder Lane, talk to me. What do you mean specifically? Snyder as far as the company? Because I just know one guy that does the Snyders where I'm located. Quiet dude, cool dude. He just gets in, gets out. He's every day in the stores just like we are. So he's moving the product. I don't know too much about it. Right. As far as you're saying, like the route, I mean, like I said, I'm not too familiar with it. The guy that is in my area, like I said, I know he does a lot of business. He brings in boxes. I see him every day. He's in the Walmart every day. He's in the what's that? The Big Y with me. And I know he's got the Stop and Shop, the ShopRite. And I'm sure he has a bunch of other stores other than the ones on the strip with me. So I'm not really too familiar. I got to do my homework on the Snyders. So I know they have a bunch of different products. So you can, if you want to come on and enlighten us and you could school me a little bit, you let me know. I'll send you the link, and we'd love to learn a little bit about it. Oh, okay. You're looking into one, doing the homework. Okay, that's what's up. That's what I like. I know you I know you're gonna invest in something. I know you are. So good for you, man. So that's good to hear that's what you're going in that direction. So yeah, they have a solid foundation as far as their products. They're long standing as far as I know. Again, I'm not too familiar with their process even. You can enlighten us a little. Like I said, when you get a chance, if you don't mind, I would like to know if their process is, I'm sure it's similar, but I would like to know. That's a good question. Very good question. Oh, okay. All right, CEO. That's what's up. I'm glad you made it, man. Thank you. I'm glad you made it. And again, thanks for reaching out. This is what I'm here for. This is what we do. I'm gonna get that information out. So it's getting a little later. I'm gonna shut it down early. I gotta go eat and get ready for tomorrow. Friday's not a real big day, but I want to get up early because I got some things to do. Listen, anybody with a question, anybody who wants to follow up, make sure you go and check out the group. Let me get it up here. Right here. Join the Facebook group. Share it with somebody. If someone asks you a question, you let them know. That's where they could catch us. That's where they could find us. And I want to say this again because I've said it before. And for anyone that watches this video, the group is not just for me to put things in. It's for the group to share with each other. You have a question, you have a win to share, put it in there. Anything bread related, route related, you got anything you want to share and you have a question, I may answer it or someone else may. Just put it in the group. This is the website. We're working on getting the paywalls fixed for people that were trying to buy courses and trying to purchase things. Again, I apologize for that. And we're definitely going to have that fixed in the next couple weeks. Again, I apologize that, and thank you for reaching out and even being a part, taking the time to go there. All right, thank you. You want to support the channel, you want to support the movement, you want to support the community, you can go right here and purchase anything. There's a plethora of things that you could get from right here, and it will support us. We're not getting rich off of any of the apparel or things there. There's coffee mugs, puzzles, coffee, shirts, t-shirts, sweatshirts, you name it, we got it there. Sneakers, all RBL related things. Again, you want to support the community, that's where you can do it. And everything goes back into us giving this information out to the people. All right. I want to thank everybody for taking the time out of their night and joining us. I am Jug, and I'm just using what God gave me so I could give it to you. RBL on everything. Real Bread Life, Real Bread League, Real Bread Logistics, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch. You search any of those and you will find us. RBLjug.com, JJUGG at realbreadlife.com. And that's the email. With that being said, I hope this helps. I'll see you next Thursday. That's all I got for now. Stay blessed. Keep stacking.